In this video, I'm going to show you something I'm very excited about, adding advanced logic to your processes. So here I've got a really basic process. I've got a 3 kind of step process where we want to follow up people, we want to call them, then we want to get them connected into a life group, and then we may want to update them to a member. And on the left, you can see I've got a few different cards, just as examples. I'm going to tap these 3 dots here where it says options. I'm going to choose edit column settings, and we'll update how this column works. The 4th tab here says logic. I'm going to click that and then tick enable advanced logic. Now here I can choose which item should be compared to when we're checking this logic. Do we want to check the thing that's being referenced, like the card is referencing when it's going through, which in this case is a person? Or do we want to check the people attached to the card? So sometimes you may have a form submission that goes through the process, and you actually want to compare against the people connected to that form. Or you can compare to the card itself, which is more advanced, but we probably wouldn't go into that in this video. We'll have other videos about that. So I'm just going to leave it as referenced item or key contacts. In this case, the referenced item is a contact, so we'll just leave it as that. And here I can add my criteria. So I'm going to click add rule, and I'm going to type in total times checked in is greater than 3. And I'm going to add some criteria there for only care about that if the event is a service. So basically, we'll consider them finished this step. They will have completed this step if they've checked into a service at least 3 times. And we could add a date range to that as well, where the date is in the last, let's say, 12 months, something like that. And then we'll hit save. And we'll see that none of these people match that criteria. So they've all gone orange and they're waiting to meet those requirements. So if we click edit column settings, we'll go back to logic, and I'll just get rid of that date and we'll hit save, and we'll see if anyone's checked in more than 3 times. And you'll see here that Gordo here is awaiting user action. He's white because all of his tasks have been completed. Whereas these people have not checked into a service more than 3 times. Let's click the 3 dots and we'll click edit column settings. We'll go to logic and we'll add another condition, and we'll type in where first name is Donna. And here we can change the matches all of these conditions to matches any of these conditions. And now they'll be considered complete in this step if their first name is Donna or they've attended more than 3 times to a service. And we'll hit save, and you'll see that now both Donna and Gordo are ready to move on to the next step. And if we tap these 3 dots, edit the column settings, we can add our other information here where our period of time goes from like 1 week after entry, and we can say at 5 p.m., 5:59 p.m. on the following Wednesday, something like that. And with our automation, we can say wait until the due date, and if you're successful, then we move forward. We'll hit save, and you'll see that these 2 are now successful, and in 8 days, they'll automatically move forward. And if we tap these 3 dots and click edit column settings, and we just say, instead of waiting for the due date, we could say as soon as they meet all of the tasks, as soon as they meet all the criteria and the logic and all the other stuff we've set up here, if we hit save, they should move immediately. So you'll see that they've finished that step and moved on to the next step as soon as they meet that criteria. And that is the basics of how you can use custom logic for your processes. Now there are a huge amount of options of what you can do. If I go back to logic, you can add conditions and rules and combinations to your heart's content. If people have had connections, or if people are already in a group, or if they've joined or left a group within a certain period of time, the world is your oyster with this stuff. Really look forward to seeing what you guys do with this, and really look forward to seeing more people get followed up and connected as you manage to automate some of this stuff, which should make your life a lot easier.